Hey everyone. So I've been watching a lot of reaction channels because I'm a big NF fan. So I've been watching a lot of When I Grow Up reactions, the search reactions, anything that they react to. And I absolutely love it when it's the first time anybody's ever seen NF. It's like, I get so excited. Plus, it's like, even though it's not my actual accomplishment, following NF and seeing him in the come up and finally seeing other people recognize the talent that he is, it just excites me. So then, as I was watching all of these reaction channels, I thought, you know what? I kind of want to make a channel of my own. But what am I going to do? I don't have all these things that other people have with the putting the music videos on the screen. I'm like, am I going to be a reaction channel? And I realized, no, I'm not going to be a reaction channel. I am going to invite you to my own journey. So, just a little bit about me. I turned 40 this year. And you would think at 40, I'm like, I would have my life together a little bit. But the amazing thing is I am coming into my own at 40, and I'm starting to realize things about myself that I never knew before. And so I'm super excited to invite you guys in this journey because I don't know what's going to happen. I genuinely don't know what's going to happen this year. But I'll give you a little taste of kind of what has happened over my life, especially when it comes to love. Which, so I was hanging out with my best friend yesterday, and she, I've been in her life for I don't know how many years now. I mean, at least 2 decades, I would think. I think maybe not, maybe not, but close to it. And we had gotten some Thai food, and I was talking about the last individual that I was trying to see if anything was going to happen with him. My cousin had introduced me to him, and the great thing is, so as my friend and I are talking, we were just talking about I have changed dramatically. If you saw me, I'm sorry, like my hair is a mess. I just woke up. Well, I didn't wake up. I've been watching a lot of NF videos like this whole time. So, but we were talking about just the reality of how much I've changed in the last few months, and she was like, I can tell the difference dramatically, right? And it has a lot to do with this individual who, gosh, you guys, I can't tell you enough just how much this guy is amazing. It didn't work out. You know, we had a conversation, and it was a no. It was a no from him, but I understood why. You know, so I started actually reading up a lot on attachments, and because I realized I was doing these things, and I was like, what am I doing? Like, I really like this guy. And yet I'm freaking out like nobody's business. And what is it? Like, why do I talk like I don't want to be in his life? And when I do, whew. Okay, so the funny thing is, when I was hanging out with my friend, so I've been like in this headspace really where I've been super positive, right? And it's been honest. It's been an honest place. But I think like yesterday in a Thai restaurant when I started crying with my best friend, I think the reason is because I really started to finally feel the sense of loss. And and it's not a loss really. He still remains a friend of mine. And a good friend, you know? I mean, this sense of like, there's nothing wrong. Like, we're cool. We're okay. And he made the right decision. My attachment style and his attachment style at the current state that we're at would not work. Like, I need to be where I need to be. He needs to be where he needs to be. And people had asked me, like, well, what if you both grow? Like, is there a chance that you guys could actually end up together? And I tell people, like, I can't live there. He was very clear. You know, he was very clear. There's it's like a no. And I said to them, like, being in that process with him made me realize that I am a person that does not like ambiguity. It's like either we're friends or we're not anything. Or we're friends or we're something more. But like I'm not in this like phase of, like, I'm not made for that. We'll figure out if we'll date kind of thing. I'm not made for that kind of thing, and it's good for me to know that. That's part of my own process, right? That's part of my own process to realize, like, what my headspace needs. So when people ask me, like, why, Phoebe, like, why would you, like, why would he say, like, no chance whatsoever? And I'm like, that's honestly the most loving thing he could have done, because he knew it wasn't a yes. He knew it wasn't a yes. But the best he probably could have said was maybe. And that would leave me in the same spot. And so it was the most loving thing to do, to just say no hope, because I need to grow. I need to change. For me, it's not for him, it's for me. Like, after the whole conversation, I realized, like, I could get married. I genuinely could get married now. And I know that's like a weird sentiment to say when you've just got, like, God in your heart, like, so broken. But the reason I felt that way was because I felt like he actually freed me. Not from him, but from myself. Like, freed me from, like, the mental things that kept me from, like, getting close to people. Like, truly close to someone. And the funny thing is, like, I was telling my friend that I'm so sorry, like, I'm crying like crazy right now, you guys. I didn't expect that. But this is real. And so, I really do want you guys to go on this journey with me. I really do want you guys to go on this journey with me. But, it's not the most attractive look on me. Woo. But it's real. And NF, it's all about the real. I love NF, and he's always talking about being real. So being real is being willing to sometimes cry on camera and invite people, because it's kind of like a before shot, right? And then it's like the happy stuff along the road. So, but it's been a really good process with this person. And, no. I think really highly of him. And I thank him because, you know, it's funny because after we had the conversation, I had like texted my cousin. And I told her thank you. I said it was such a good experience with him. It was such a good experience with him. I learned so much. And he's a good guy. Like, he's a really good guy. And there's nothing worse than going on Bumble and being reminded how good of a guy he was, you know, because the pickings right now is rough, y'all. It's rough. It's rough. But I do believe there's more out there like him. I'm really hopeful for that. But it also made me clear of really what I want in a man. And
I it's and I mean it was a true statement when I said to him, like, I didn't have a list before, but he created that list. Like, when I met him, I was like, I didn't even know I need these things in a person, but I do. And so he gave me hope that somebody's out there that will have the things that really resonated with me, there in there. But anyways, so that's why I feel like I can get married now. Like, I feel like I'm in the process of healing and process of figuring out, like, why, like, I've always, kept people at bay to some degree. Like, I always had this kind of, like, this self-sabotage thing that happens. It's like I'm like, sometimes I, like, look back on some stuff and I'm like, if you could have just got a handle on yourself, But anyways, but it had a purpose. All of it had a purpose. And I'm like, not trying to freak you guys out with all these tears. I didn't expect these tears. I knew I'm a delayed person, because back in the day when I had liked a friend of mine, like, a long time ago when we were kids, it took me 3 weeks to even realize that it was painful. I was fine for 3 weeks, and then out of the blue I started crying. And when I had this conversation with him, it's almost close to 3 weeks, to be honest. No, it was Father's Day. So it's been about 2 weeks or so. I don't know. So I'm slow in processing, like, emotions and feelings a lot of times. And so, okay, I didn't expect this video to be a bawling mess. But I'm not gonna edit this, and I'm not gonna not post it, because I think it's important for my own processing. So, and also, so you guys can get excited about my own journey when it changes, because I don't know how it ends. It's funny. I was talking to a friend of mine about, like, when people say when you meet the right person, you just know. Oh gosh, why do I always get things in my face? But anyways, you just know. And I said, it's so weird, because when I met him, I just felt like I knew. And I was wrong. But I said, but I wasn't wrong. Because what I knew was, like, that. That's the kind of man I want to end up with. Like, it is. So, okay. So it didn't end up being him. At least I know what I want now. Like, I know what kind of character, what kind of measure of stuff I want. Oh, anyways, guys, sorry. No, I'm not going to apologize for tears. Like, this is my, I'm constantly, learning to not apologize for feeling things. It's okay that I just basically cried putting this on YouTube with no chance that people are necessarily going to watch it. But what if people do? I don't really care. Because it's never going to blow up. Wouldn't it be crazy if this goes viral and complete strangers are playing it? That's actually not quite funny, because, well, anyways, I'll have a purpose if it did. But my point is, I turned 40 this year, and I'm excited for what the future holds. I'm excited
for just the ways I'm gonna grow. I actually ended up, hopefully, my first session with a therapist is happening in July, and it's interesting because coming from a Christian background, like sometimes, like when I told my dad I was gonna do therapy, he was like, "Isn't Jesus enough?" And I'm like, "Oh Lord, Dad." And I think it's like, can we destigmatize therapy? It's for there's you can have Jesus and also have therapy. Like, to have therapy isn't saying that Jesus isn't enough. Like, Dad. Anyways, but that's where I'm at. I mean, there's a whole lot of things I could have said, but I didn't get to because I was crying unexpectedly, but expectedly, because I'm a crier. I'm a natural crier, so I shouldn't be surprised that I cried. And plus, I shouldn't be surprised that I cried now because I cried last night with my best friend in public. So why not extra public on YouTube? Blasted. Anyways, we'll see what the journey is gonna be like. I think I'll try to post something every day. We'll see. I don't know. But whoever ends up subscribing and joining me on this journey, hey, hi, how are you?